your girl Madam Supreme, and I'm at it again with another video. And in today's video I'll be letting you guys on a secret. Okay, so in today's video I'll be discussing 7 habits of A+ students. And mind you, I'm using my words very wisely. Hence, I'm not saying after applying these tips in your life you will automatically become an A+ student, but these are 7 habits, so you need to do them consistently, I say. So without wasting any more time, let's head straight to the video. Habit number 1. So what you need to do is that you need to study consistently. What do I mean by that? I mean that you need to familiarize yourself with your work. Let me just say, for example, you guys in class, you're discussing chapter 2. Make sure that you understand what chapter 2 is all about, and before starting the week, make sure that at least you scan chapter 2 and familiarize yourself with the content of chapter 2. For example, don't be that person who only studies during test week or when exams are approaching. No, make sure that every now and then you familiarize yourself with your schoolwork, and that does not mean that you need to do a deep study every time. That sometimes looks like you scanning your work, right? And you just going through the pages and reading the headings, reading the content. What is it that is talking up? What is it that chapter 2 entails? Or maybe reading the course outlines, what is expected from you as a student. So it's basically just that. So study consistently. Study habit number 2. What is that? I love this. I love this study habit because it works, guys. It works. Psychology has proven that it works. I know for sure that it works, and this is what I call active recall. So what is active recall? Let me just say, you've done your deep study, you've already read chapter 2 as I've mentioned before. What you need to do is that you need to retrieve information from your long-term memory, and you can do that by either asking yourself questions, trying to say out loud what you have read, or doing tests, doing quizzes, practice quizzes, or revising or doing past question papers. So what you need to do is that as much as you have put information in your mind, you need to make sure that you're able to retrieve that information from your mind. So active recall it is. Practice questions, say out loud whatever that you've read, do quizzes, just test yourself. Habit number 3 of A+ students: you need to channel the planner within you. And what is that? Habit number 3 says schedule your time, and also make sure that you find a study setting that will help you to become productive. So habit number 3 involves scheduling your time. So make sure that you're saying to yourself, okay, from this time to this time I'll be studying, and I'll be studying at this place, right? And also making sure that your study setting is very conducive. Hence why I'm saying this needs you to channel the planner within you, because you really need to plan out your work, and also you really need to make sure that your study setting is conducive. You eliminate distractions, make sure that you won't be interrupted. And this is different for different people. Some people love studying at the library, some people love studying at the study room, some people love studying with music, some people love studying in their rooms. So you need to make sure that what is it that works for you, and what time best suits you, and work around that clock, and work around that, and make sure that you're in the right space of mind for you to tackle your studies. Well. Habit number 4 is a bit tedious, but it works. Hear me out, it works. So habit number 4: write your own notes. Right, guys, it's always proper to write your own notes. That helps you as you are writing information, it's being transmitted into your mind, and you're able to retrieve it better when it's in your own handwriting. So having to write your own notes really can be quite can be a whole lot of work sometimes. But again, you also need to understand that it comes with strategic planning, in a sense that you don't write everything that you read, but you make sure that your notes entail important points or important ideas within a chapter that are very important, and you focus on that. So habit number 4 is to write your own notes. Study habit number 5. This one works for me, and it's my holy grail. Every now and then it comes to my rescue, and that is participating in class. Being an active participator, an active listener in class, that saves me a lot, guys. For example, let me just say a lecturer decides to hold a discussion about a certain topic, and I will participate. Hey, I will make sure that I participate, and that makes my work easier when I'm going back home to study that particular chapter, because I now have an insight, right, to whatever that it is, and I've really like contributed in terms of my views and everything. Perhaps got corrected, or got critiqued and everything, but I really find that I learn better when I participate in class. And for example, in some of the things, you find out that I don't read them because I've already done the work. I've already done like 80% of the work in class by just being there and being an active listener and participating and asking questions, right? And let me just say, you're not that type of person. You're not the type of person who's free, to participate in class. Let me just say, a topic is being raised and a discussion is being raised. Make sure that you write your views on a piece of paper at least, and contribute in that moment, right? Even if you don't get to say them out loud, but at least in your own world, participate. Be part of the discussion, but not being part of the discussion, if you understand what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is that every question that is being posed in class, be it you know the answer, you don't know the answer, try to at least see how you can answer that, right? And perhaps somebody will raise their hand and answer that for you, or the lecturer or the teacher will give correction or definition to that. But just make sure that you become an active participator in class. Study habit number 7: read multiple sources. Be it you're watching a TED talk relevant to your studies, but just make sure that you immerse yourself with knowledge, right? And that will definitely work in your advantage. For example, when you're writing your assignments, just make sure that you're not only reliant on the slides of the lecturer or the notes that your teacher has given you, but just make sure that you read the textbook, you familiarize yourself with whatever that is out there on the internet, and that will definitely help, because it opens your mind. And whenever you're given those questions that says discuss, you're able to discuss them, and you're able to really have something to say, to contribute, right? Because what would have happened then is that you would have familiarized yourself with a whole different type of context, and when your lecturer is marking, actually they become impressed because you've really given a detailed analysis of whatever that it is that is expected. And again, that also makes you grow as an individual in terms of your intellectual faculties, so you're able to really broaden your views, broaden your thinking, your cognitive skills, your critical thinking skills. So there's a lot that goes into that, even outside of your studies in general, but given that holistically, you're able to really become that person who's able to do a discourse analysis when necessary. So one thing that I'm going to advise you guys to do is that you need to read multiple sources. If your lecturer prescribes a book, make sure that you go all out and find other sources, journals. Just familiarize yourself there and here. Whenever you're on YouTube, make sure that you watch things relevant to the topic that you guys are discussing in class. So that helps, and that is very beneficial. Like in life, you really need to familiarize yourself with things that will help you grow as an individual and perhaps as an intellect, right? So last but not least, double check your work during tests and make sure that you don't skip any questions. Look, be it you know the answer or you do not know the answer, make sure that you answer. That's what I'm gonna tell you guys. Make sure that you answer. Just answer anything. Just make sure, just ramble around if you can, right? But then ramble around within the context of what is being asked. Let me just say they're asking you a question about inflation and you don't know what inflation is all about, but you know prices are involved. Just say something about prices. Just say something about something being expensive, you know, just say something. That's one thing that I'll tell you guys. And again, make sure that you double check your answers after finish writing your exam or your test. Make sure that you go through it, you read it, you correct mistakes there and here, and make sure that you at least double check every question. And again, make sure that you answer every question, guys. You know, I hear a lot of people saying I do not know an answer to a multiple choice and I skip it. Who does that? Who skips a multiple choice? Don't ever skip a multiple choice. Whenever you don't know an answer to a question, most of the time the answer is B. I'm kidding, but just make sure that you answer a question, right? Be it it's an essay, just make sure that you write something at least. It's better to walk out of an exam knowing that at least, you know, I gave it my all, than knowing that you got 0 on an essay. Because if, let me just say, the lecturer is marking, perhaps you might come out with 2 marks. You never know, you know. But just make sure that you answer any question, because some questions they give answers, they give marks for structure, for the mere fact that you wrote, you know, and the lecturer might be like, oh my god, and you know, feel sorry for you. So just make sure that you answer every question in a test, and last but not least, double check your answers. I just want to say thank you for watching Bahlali. From me to you, it's your girl Madam Supreme, and do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell and do the things to be done, because content is coming. Content is